China are just buying everyone up. They're just buying the players. They can put a price on you. They can
You
buy
get a football player. You get a
buy-
football player. You get a football player.
It's the best way to strengthen your league. Just splash the cash. They've got Jackson Martinez going in there. They've just got players that are just wandering over to take that big paycheck. But there's one player who Sky Sports pundit and former phenomenal defender Jamie Carragher said that he really wishes should be going that way, or why, in another context, wishes that Liverpool never bought him, and that's Mario Balotelli. So let's take a look at what Jamie Carragher had to say. I can't believe we signed Mario Balotelli. The thing with Balotelli is everyone always says it's off the field, and I wouldn't care if he was doing it on the pitch. People tell me he's got talent, but I can't remember him having a good game. I'm praying with all the money in Chinese Super League that someone is going to buy him after his loan. I don't think anyone in the Premier League will take him. He has to be number one. Worst signing with Aquilani and El Hadji Diouf. I hate El Hadji Diouf. El Hadji Diouf was a somewhat disgusting player at times. He used to spit on fans. He used to spit on players.
Oh, wow.
He tried to start fights with Celtic. And he didn't play with Rangers. I mean, come on, there's another reason in there.
Wow.
Either
The
way,
deep
yeah,
hatred you
it's
have.
awful.
Before we get into anything else, do you like J.R. Jackson more or Jackson Martinez more?
I don't know. J.R. Jackson is a very likable character. Jackson Martinez, having never met him personally, I feel that he could be a nice guy, but he also chases the big bucks. J.R. Jackson could have went elsewhere, could have went to Fox, could have went to NBC, took his talents elsewhere, but he stayed put, stayed true to TYT, whereas Jackson Martinez went where the money was, and now he's in the Chinese Super League. So that's what Carragher's quote. Jason, does this hurt you?
Of course. Well, okay, first of all, it hurts me because I love Balotelli, and anybody who says bad things about Balotelli, I've realized that by defending him my whole life, he's going to be at one point, my new co-host. It'll be Jason, Francis, and Mario Balotelli. Granted, might be mental, probably wouldn't show up on time, might fight our EP Dan, might fight Ja'Cory in the booth.
I think Dan would have a nervous breakdown. If he, it's like, remember when Chewy came on and we couldn't keep us like all the same? Imagine Balotelli just constantly
Balotelli fights with his coaches, so using logic, he might, like him and Dan might get into a whole
scuffle.
A scuffle.
Because he can't put
But
on
that
his
clip
penny
did
on
really
his
well, Robert Mancini versus Mario Balotelli fight, so the EP versus Mario Balotelli fight might just blow up.
It might be a million-view clip. All right.
Look, Carragher's not wrong. Balotelli does have to be the number one. He has to be the center of attention, and he has to be in the headlines, and he has to be the front striker, and he needs to be scoring goals, and everything, even though he doesn't recently. That makes sense for Balotelli, which is why I think he should go to the Chinese Super League for one of the teams and just dominate.
I love how, like...
Granted, he's gone to so many different leagues, you would think, like, well, is there a league he'll dominate? And there was a point where he could have been, but my God, he's such wasted talent. He's such wasted potential.
But there's some... I love that the Chinese Super League are trying to buy everyone to strengthen their league, and they're already just viewed as, like, the almost garbage disposal league. No, we'll just send them to China. Just got to get them out of my hair, go to China, because that's what Jamie Carragher's insinuating.
So, okay, two questions. One, what amount of players has to go there before it starts competing with the likes of...
A tremendous amount.
Okay, and who would you really like to see go there? Like, can you imagine, like, just imagine for a second, Neymar, boom, Chinese Super League.
I mean, like, in terms of who would I like to see go there, I'm taking the Jamie Carragher style approach. I want to see guys go
like
out, get out of my hair.
Pepe, get out of there?
Would be interesting to see him there. Like, it'd be interesting to see him play. I think Pepe's tamed himself. There's another guy, Joey Barton. Have you ever heard of Joey Barton?
Fred. Sorry,
Fred,
yes, I have.
I would like to see Fred.
I have heard of Joey Barton.
Is, if you haven't heard of him, you can research him and spend a good couple hours on Wikipedia seeing the awful things that this guy's done. He was a good football player. On the field, he would have the most historic meltdowns. The one game where he tried to headbutt Aguero and tried to kick someone else, like, he just looked so angry. He's one of the angriest footballers I've ever seen. I think he was charged for putting a cigarette butt out on someone at a youth team. He's almost like the English version of Mario Balotelli.
Isn't it counterintuitive to smoke while playing?
I think a lot of players.
Probably dangerous.
Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. I can't imagine it helped him. He was a good player, but he's so vocal on Twitter, and he poses questions just to get reactions from people. Like, he'll comment as if he's sitting there in his high chair, Ballon d'Or winner, and being like, Messi's not all that good. Or Ronaldo's not competing this year compared to this. Like, just to simply ruffle the feathers. So get him over to China. See how he can do it. See what he does over there.
China's a great place, by the way. It's nothing against China. It's just the league buying everybody.
Yeah, you can send them over there. The next in line, who I think, again, it's simply because I want to see how he would react to a different place, a different culture, a different environment, and whether or not they would worship him.
Zlatan.
Wow. Simple. Well, of course it's Zlatan. You want to see...
I actually didn't think... I was just guessing.
This starts to cross over into who would be more marketable for them. Someone like Zlatan makes that league.
But Zlatan doesn't do auditions.
Zlatan, they won't need him to audition. You look at Zlatan and you look at that league, I'm pretty sure he can waltz into a position.
He's already got the man bun.
He's got the man bun. He's going to cruise in, no problem. He's going to score goals. At a point in his career where he's probably looking... But he did say in an interview, I was going to say he's looking to move. He said in an interview, Zlatan's just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Age is just a number.
Yeah, dude. Zlatan is going to go to Arsenal or something.
It would be interesting. We'll see if he goes to the Premier League.
All right.
Well, no,
Francis, do you have another one?
No, I've got actual realistic players that I think will move.
Oh, okay. Do you want to tell the crowd, tell the audience?
Is there an audience? Oh, is there an audience here? All right. Yaya Toure.
Oh.
Already admitted that he is not thrilled that Pep Guardiola is coming into Manchester City, and he has never viewed in such as positive a light from Guardiola as anyone else, because Guardiola took over at Barcelona, and it seemed like Yaya Toure wasn't fitting in as well and moved on. I don't think he's planning a rejuvenated run with Manchester City, along with the rest of the players that will be excited about his arrival. I think China could be a good place for him. Make some bank, play very well, and maybe take the league to the next level. I think he is one that could be a definite signing.
I like that.
Do you see it happening?
Yeah.
I would love to see a group of Chinese fans doing the Yaya Toure Colo Toure then. That's the only reason.
Well, Colo would have to go too.
Colo will follow.
If not, it would be very weird when they trans from ya to Jackson. Jackson. Doesn't sound as good.
All right. Well, who does the audience think should go? Two sides of it. Who would you like to see go in the same context as Jamie Carragher making it, as if get them out of here, I don't want them there? Or
We've made the Chinese Super League to seem like world football jail.
The recycling bin of world football.
Oh,
or who would you think it would be a good move to head over there and maybe push the Chinese league forward? Hit us in the comment section below at JasonRubin91 at Francis Maxwell and come back on.